Comrades and friends, this is Global Weekly News, serial number 81. Welcome to the program. First, we are going to see BRICS expansion. In 2009, Brazil, Russia, India and China formed BRIC. B for Brazil, R for Russia, I for India, C for China. In 2011, South Africa also joined and BRIC became BRICS. The objective of BRICS is to establish democratic world order by cooperating with each other against the hegemonic policies of the rich G7 countries. In BRICS summit in Johannesburg of South Africa, held in August 2023, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Kingdom and Argentina were invited to become full members of BRICS. But in the recent elections held in Argentina, the far-right Javier Milei got elected as president. He took a decision not to join the BRICS. He decided to align with the US, Israel and other Western countries. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates formally joined the BRICS on 1st January 2024. Vladimir Putin, Russian president, is the head of BRICS for the year 2024. He welcomed the 5 new members. BRICS expansion is a pointer to the increasing influence of the BRICS forum, Putin said. He also said that there will be increasing cooperation among BRICS member countries in the fields of science, high technology, culture, sports, youth exchange and civil society. Along with the new members, 40% of the world's population live in BRICS countries. In the upcoming summit in Kazan in Russia in October 2024, some of the Latin American countries will join the BRICS, Putin declared. Second, we are going to see how elections took place in Congo of Africa. In the African country Congo, elections were declared on 28th December 2023 for president, parliament, legislatures and local bodies. One nation, one election, like that. Felix Tshisekedi was declared elected as president for a term of 5 years. These elections were controversial. Why? Because on 20th December 2023, only one third of the polling stations did not open at all. As per Congo's electoral law, elections shall be finished in 1 day. However, elections took place not just 2-3 days, but a whole week. From the second day onwards, there were no electoral observers to supervise the elections. Total cost of the elections was $120 crore. In rupee terms, it's approximately 10,000 crore rupees. People's ambitions did not get reflected in the elections in the results. Marxist human rights activist Kambale Mausawuli told these things in an interview. Comrades, next we are going to see how South Africa has filed a petition in International Court of Justice against Israel's genocide, increasing support for South Africa case against Israel. International Court of Justice, ICJ, and International Criminal Court, ICC, are both located in Hague of Netherlands, the third largest city. ICJ, International Court of Justice, is a civil tribunal enquiring disputes between countries. ICC, International Criminal Court, deals with individual crimes and prosecutes the criminals of other countries. ICC takes up the cases referred to it by UN Security Council. Both Israel and South Africa, being United Nations members, are bound by the judgments of the International Court of Justice. 1948 Genocide Convention is the first convention adopted by UN on humanitarian considerations. This came after the World War II. This convention is on the prevention of genocide and prosecution for genocidal crimes. This convention was adopted in the United Nations on 9th December 1948. 153 countries, including Israel and South Africa, had ratified this convention. 41 UN member countries are yet to ratify. In the 84-page petition to International Court of Justice, ICJ, South Africa has stated that Israel shall immediately stop the military actions in Gaza. South Africa, through its renowned legal team, will put up the case before 15 judges of International Court of Justice on 11th January 2024. Both Israel and South Africa has one judge each in this team of 15. As per an Israeli news report on 7th January, 200 Israelis, along with one Israel parliament member, had signed the South Africa's petition. More than 600 had signed in the petition. Main contents of South Africa's petition are as follows. Israel is indulging in total annihilation of Gaza's people, making them starve, abusing them, driving them away from Gaza. All these measures are taken by Israel. Total destruction of livelihood of entire Palestinian people are nothing but genocide. Israel has been killing large number of writers, academics, doctors, health staff, journalists, teachers, and innocent people. On 12th January, Israel will submit its counter to the petition in the International Court of Justice, ICJ. Israeli government has been sending cables to all the country's politicians to release statements against South Africa's petition. In a speech late last week, the UN's humanitarian chief, Martin Griffiths, warned that famine is around the corner in Gaza, with people facing the highest levels of food insecurity ever recorded. Gaza has simply become uninhabitable. Its people are witnessing daily threats to their very existence while the world watches on. Bolivia and Malaysia have issued statements of support for South Africa, which has called on the ICJ to issue urgent measures to stop Israel's military operations in Gaza. Bolivia was among the countries, including South Africa and Bangladesh, who had submitted an appeal to the International Criminal Court, ICC, on November 17 to investigate the crimes being committed in Palestine, including genocide. The ICC is a separate entity established under the Rome Statute, which oversees cases against individuals. Rome Statute was adopted in July 1998 and came into force in 2002 to take legal action against genocide, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. South Africa's historic step has been supported by other countries, including Malaysia, Turkey, and 57 member countries of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. On 8th January, over 900 people's movements, political parties, unions, and other organizations called upon the states across the world to file a declaration of intervention in support of South Africa's application at the International Court of Justice. Next, we are going to see the farmers' struggle in Germany. Farmers, that is peasants, and trade unions across Germany are up in arms against the coalition government's bids announced in 2023 December to cut down the tax relief for agricultural diesel and also to cut an exemption from vehicle taxes for farming vehicles. The protest started by organizations such as the German Farmers Association and the other association Agricultural Connects Germany, included tractor rallies and roadblocks. On 4th January, farmers blocked the economy minister from disembarking from a ferry in northern Germany. Succumbing to widespread protests on 4th January, the government hinted its willingness to continue the motor vehicle tax exemption for agricultural and forestry vehicles and also proposed a phased reduction of subsidy to agricultural diesel from 2024 to 2026. But the farmers' unions remained dissatisfied and decided to step up their agitation from 8th January until the total cuts were reversed. A national demonstration was called for on 15th January in Berlin, in which transport unions are likely to participate. In the wake of the ongoing farmers' protests, fearing backlash, the government is now planning to impose cuts in marine protection and fisheries support by keeping some of the subsidies for the farmers intact. The leftist MP said that government continues to waste money in many areas, for example, in terms of equipment and weapons for Ukraine. At the same time, normal citizens, low earners and pensioners who can least resist are burdened with rising costs, among other things, for heating, gas and electricity. Currently, heavy rainfall and subsequent flooding have struck several German states hard. To take advantage of people's anger against the government in the backdrop of the upcoming elections in East German states, the far-right groups, including the Alternative for Germany, have also expressed solidarity with the farmers' protests. Major farmers' unions called out to their members to distance themselves from actions called by Alternative for Germany and far-right groups. On 5th January, German Communist Party leader expressed solidarity with the protesting farmers. He pointed out that Germany under Olaf Scholz's leadership is exporting 40% more arms from Germany. He said that the main task is to integrate the struggles of workers and peasants. Next, we are going to look at the junior doctors' struggle in the United Kingdom. England, Scotland and Wales together is called Great Britain. England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland together called United Kingdom. National Health Service is a public sector health service in the United Kingdom. The government led by Rishi Sunak is undermining the National Health Service. The junior doctors of National Health Service went on strike from January 3 to 9. Since 2008, their wages decreased 26%. Government officials, corporate media are propagating that patients' safety was affected by this strike. However, British Medical Association said that the government undermining the National Health Service is responsible for the deterioration in patients' safety. Junior doctors are getting $19 per hour as wages. This is not adequate to meet the growing inflation. They demand $25.3 per hour as wages. Next, comrades, we are going to South America, Brazil. Well, Brazil is the largest country in the whole Latin America. The left progressive Lula da Silva defeated the rightist Jair Bolsonaro in the presidential elections held in late 2022 in Brazil. Lula was sworn in as the president of Brazil on 1st January 2023. He is now the chairman of the G20 Forum for 2024 as well. On 8th January 2023, 4,000 intolerant supporters of Bolsonaro tried to stage a coup against the Lula government. Hundreds were arrested. The coup attempt is an example for the mischievous attitude of the rightist forces, according to a political science professor. He said that sections of military and big agricultural corporate financiers were involved in the coup. Supreme Court of Brazil prosecuted those who attempted the coup. 30 of them were given sentences of 3 to 17 years imprisonment. The Election Commission had prohibited Bolsonaro from contesting elections till 2030. On 8th January 2024, in many cities, protests took place against Bolsonaro. Next, we are going to see baby food shortage in the Western countries. In USA, for the past 2 years, there is a shortage of baby food. The supply is yet to reach the pre-2022 February level. 2 years back, baby food manufacturer Abbott's factory was closed since the baby food was found to be contaminated with an evil bacteria. Johnson Nutrition Reckitt company's 675,000 baby food tins were withdrawn since this was also contaminated. In US, Canada, England, etc., the prices of baby food have gone up. Breastfeeding of babies is on the decline in the Western countries. Comrades, then the African country Ghana. Any nation, wealth is its own human resources and natural resources. How Ghana is utilizing its natural resources, let us see. In October 2023, Ghana government signed a lithium mining agreement with an Australian company, Atlantic Lithium, and it has been widely rejected by broad sectors of society. The government has cited a 13% royalty rate and a 30% stake in Atlantic Lithium as evidence of its benefits. However, civil society organizations and the opposition, National Democratic Congress, have raised the potential negative impact on Ghana's resources and economy. People of Ghana believe that the country's mineral deposits have not adequately benefited its own people. Lastly, we are going to see US restrictions on chip exports to China. President Joe Biden of USA hosted a bilateral meeting with President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, on 15th November 2023 in California. On 17th November 2023, another measure from the Biden administration to further limit exports of advanced semiconductors and the machines to manufacture them to China came into force. The new rules will prevent the export of advanced artificial intelligence chips to China. China has very smart scientists, engineers and workers, and China is capable of advancing its own artificial intelligence and chip manufacturing on its own. 60% of all semiconductors are produced in Taiwan. Currently, 182 countries, including the United States and most European and Latin American countries, recognize the One China principle, under which Taiwan is considered part of China. To counter China, US is enhancing its military budget to astronomical levels. Thank you, comrades. See you next week. Lal Salam.